review of my YouTube channel. I'm RT Bear. I'll be your host and your critic. And I think this is for a while. We just about exhausted the artwork that you guys have said, and thank you so much. It's been a blast, but I think I'm getting a little bored, and you guys might be getting so thinking about different ways to shake this up. One of the things we were thinking about, Taylor, say hi, Taylor.
Hey, and hey, Peter Palmiotti.
Hey, Peter Palmiotti.
And Sketch Therapy.
Hey, Sketch Therapy. So you heard Taylor. And then we have a third Hack Shack alumnus, and his name is, and we're hoping that he'll come along and we'll start doing some live chats from the studio upstairs. So we're kind of setting up for that now, and we'll be taking questions and drawing and inking and doing stuff while we're answering questions, and just basically helping build the community and get some feedback and just talk about comics and stuff. So anyway, that's kind of the plan. This is all new for me, so I hope you guys stay tuned. We're going to try to build something here, and thanks for supporting to this point. So like I said, 12 episodes is pretty good, and let's get on with the first review here. His name's Paulo Ricardo, and
Sketch Therapy said, would you review Cyberfrog fan art? If you want, he'll DM you.
Yeah. How would we get stuff now? Can you send it now? Is that possible?
I don't really know how YouTube DMs work. Did you want to send it through a YouTube DM, or what did you have in mind? My personal art is on this channel. Oh, on his channel.
Would he give us a link, and then we can go check it out? Why don't you give us a link, and then after we wrap this up, we'll go do a review of your stuff as a special thank you. How's that? Here.
Cyberfrog fan art. I'm assuming that's your YouTube.
Yeah, he says okay. Then Sketch. Or hey, Sketch, what's up? Kyle Ritter, what's your review of your art? Kyle,
it's on the Academy's channel.
Kyle, you're already brilliant.
Alright, so what we can do is we can open up YouTube after this and click his account and look at it.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We have to get back to you. If you don't want to be called Sketch, then give me your name and I can call you by your real name.
He's the Cyberfrog fan.
It's not the Sketch therapist guy? Or?
It is, but his account is the Cyberfrog fan.
Okay. This is really good, Paolo. Yeah. Wow. This is close to being professional. It's a great figure. Great cover. I usually don't like panels that go off to the left, especially the first panel, but for some reason this is kind of working. And it might be working because you got some stuff going in this direction, which is the arrow, his quiver there.
They want to know what your Twitter is.
What is my Twitter?
I believe it's just at @RTBear.
Yeah. Yeah, what she said. Let's liven it up. Come on, people. This is our last review. Let's get to glory. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this going in this direction. Usually when you have things, that's where your eye, but for some reason we have but the movement's going this way too. What do you think, Taylor? Should we flop it, or is it working the way it is?
I think it's unique and working just the way it is.
You suck up. You are sucking up to Paulo.
Very European. It's breaking the rules.
I like the dot dash approach. It's very cool. Compositionally is very good. So Taylor says it's fine,
Although there is a reason that rule.
right? For some reason, your eye still goes to the right. And it might be because this guy is looking this way. So it might be, I don't know, it might be a combination of these two things, pushing and pulling. The arrow is cool going down because it brings your eye down to the next tier.
And we are back. So we've been playing with Google Hangout. I guess having that as an app on my phone was too much, but we're back. We're trying to work on getting Google Hangout, you guys. That way we can actually screen share and not have this whole thing going on. So let's get the chat back up and live.
Is it up?
All right. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I think we got things back. Our camera overheated again. It's very hot here in California.
I was saying working on getting the Google Hangout thing going for screen share.
Yeah. This is all learning curve for us, so thanks for being patient. So here's the second tier. It's a great panel. Once again, seems counterintuitive or to have the carrot looking in this direction, but we have this dragon flying in this direction, so it's still strangely, and these people are kind of going in this direction, so it's still bringing your eye over. I really like this style. I don't have too many complaints about it. Even though the hair is kind of busy, you prioritize. What does that say?
Subbed, Kyle, great work. Always talking to the other guy in the chat. You're building subscriptions for other people.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, the movement's going in this direction still. And like I said, the hair, you have a thick, like a structure pieces, like the little ribbons, and then you have your smaller pieces coming in with the dots and the dashes, which is a really nice touch. So like I said, it's busy, but it's prioritized, so it's all working. Blacks are pretty good. I think I would probably disconnect this black here. Sometimes like patterns and shapes get weird. Sometimes it's better not to have everything in complete detail. I think I'd take out some of these details. I think it'd read a little bit better. Good hand, good style. Some of the line weights on the wristband are a little too thick here. Your interiors.
Sketch says he sent you the artwork to your Twitter.
Cool. Yeah, as soon as I'm done here, Sketch. So I think some of these bands are a little too thick for interiors. think if they were just a tad thinner, it would read better. And I'm sorry, you guys, if you hear the fan in the background, but we're really trying to keep it cool in here. So something like that, where they're thinner, so they don't look as structured. I really like your trees. It's very cool. I think I would like to see more solid black in some of this.
I have my AC going, lol.
Yeah. Where do you live? I guess it's hot everywhere right now.
He also says no pressure about the looking at his artwork. It doesn't have to be today.
Well, this is kind of going to be our last hurrah, so we'll make you our last hurrah.
Kentucky, says Peter.
Oh, you got the humidity, right? Peter's got a great YouTube going on too, so you guys should check out Peter's.
He says yes regarding the humidity.
Yeah. So I don't know, something like that maybe. I was thinking that the blacks would be heavy on the left side, but now that I look at it, I'm kind of thinking maybe more on the right side. And for some reason, I want this tree to stand out from those background trees. Those background trees, you have a nice cool hatchwork and open area, but see how this one in the midground is already starting to pop from the rest. Maybe not a solid black, but since you have like a right to left lighting going on, maybe shadow the tree side, just the one side, and see how it starts popping from the background. I think that would help. Possibly even some blacks. In there. That's my 2 cents. There's a bit of a tangent.
Is this the last one until SDCC is over, or the last one ever? Asked Sherman.
Well, Sherman, I think this is going to be the last for a while on YouTube right now. But I think we're going to revisit it. So we're probably going to open portfolio reviews up again, or where you can submit your portfolios. So we're going to open that up again soon, and then we'll get a bunch of new people in, and then it'll give Taylor and I a chance to start thinking about doing something a little different, or breaking it up, maybe a portfolio review every week instead of every day, just to kind of break it up for everybody. So
people are a fan of this guy's art.
Yeah, he's really good, right? Yeah, there's a tangent right here on the thumb in the background. So right here. But other than that, it's really good. That sky right there is amazing. There's a lot of subtlety. There's a lot of attention to depth. Because as busy as this panel is, I'll move it over so you can see more of it. As busy as this panel is, you can make everything out very well, and it reads really good. So that's great cloud work. The dot and dash pattern really serves the clouds well. I like that kind of Mobius dot dash approach. This village is really, there's a lot of restraint in here, not to make it too busy, and I think this is really successful back here. And then the thicker line weights as it comes forward is really nice. One thing about your line weights, though, is they start looking a little coloring bookish, so you might want to vary the line weight. The top's a little thinner, and then the bottom's a little thicker, because they're all about the same line weight all the way around. I know that can be a style, but from my school and my camp, it just starts looking a little coloring bookish. But this is really nice.
I'll try to submit my samples earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that Sherman?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're like the biggest. You're here every week. You know what, Sherman? I'll look. I thought we went through everything, but I feel bad. So we'll do another. We'll do another one if I can find your artwork in the folder. We'll do another Sherman episode. It'll just be the Sherman episode of Portfolio Review. So we'll do another one. What is today? Is today Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
So, you know what, Sherman, we'll do one more since you've been such a strong supporter of the show. If I can find your work, we'll put it up tomorrow and we'll do a review. So how's that? How's that, Sherman? All right, so that's enough of Paulo, which was very, very good.
That was a Peabody move right there.
Mr. Peabody? Peabody and Sherman? We're setting the Wayback Machine here to, man, that is the cutest damn dinosaur. Can you see that? Look at that.
His little face. You don't need to, but I did send it to your Instagram.
Oh, it's on Instagram. So you didn't use is it the Mediafire, Taylor? Is
Yeah.
that what we were using? That's why we didn't see it.
Unfortunately, we had to switch to the Mediafire because the Instagram very, very quickly became overcrowded.
Yeah, so we had to set it up to an FTP, an actual site to send the work to, because I was very naive thinking that, you know, we'd get like one or two people. We actually got quite a bit of people to submit artwork. So yeah, well, if we can find it, Sherman, we'll do an episode tomorrow. We'll dedicate it to you. So this will kind of be our last one, but not really. All right, so she looks like she's leaping out. So we have a dino and a cave lady. So if she's hunting this thing, that's a darn lot of meat for one girl to eat. So looks like she's stalking the prey. The prey's eating here. The prey reacts, and then
Sherman says the
she leaps
dinosaur
up.
reminds him of Winsor McKay.
Ooh, it is a little whimsical. Very Winsor McKay, which I'm a big fan of. What was that book, Taylor, at San Diego Comic-Con that they
The
had?
Giant Nemo book.
Yeah, that thing was awesome.
It was to scale because those were the newspaper style comics, so the book was huge. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was all. I think they digitally remastered it, so it was all brought up to like a contemporary standard, and it was newspaper size. How much was that thing?
It was expensive. It was like $500.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it was a little bit more than I have right now. But maybe if we build this YouTube and we can monetize it, maybe I can buy my Winsor McKay book.
We can do a live review. You can
Ooh,
critique his
yeah.
artwork.
That'd be weird. Okay, yeah, this is very good, and that's like the cutest dinosaur I've ever seen. So this is Shanna Rena. What is it? I don't know how to say his name. Raina Meyer.
Raina Tomire Shanna Page.
Shanna Page.
The character's name must be Shanna.
Shanna, okay. So I don't see an artist's name unless that's the name here on the side. But sorry, I don't have your name. So right off the bat, I would say these eyes are way too close together. So keep in mind that eyes are usually...
Patreon is now monetizing. Later patrons may get a guaranteed review dependent on tier. You think that could work?
Ooh, maybe. We'll look into that. Yeah, this is all news to us. And we're going to look into all these options. Because also, Taylor and I are remastering my old 94 black and white series that I did through Image Comics. And we're going to be crowdfunding that. So we're trying to figure out the best platform and try to build an audience for that. So we're looking into everything right now. Yeah, so the eyes are a little too close together. Traditionally, the head, like if you had the head, it's like eye, 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 eye. So it's like 5 eyes wide. So usually between the 2 eyes, there's another eye width. Your nose is an eye width. So if you take this width here, I know it's 3/4, so it'd be a little foreshortened, but the eye would probably start right about here, depending on the style, maybe even further back. So the eye should probably be somewhat like that.
The sketch was just expressing that helping artists and stuff brings him a lot of joy. So I hope that there's a lot more people that feel that way when it comes to Patreon and crowdfunding.
Yeah. Like I said, there's so many people that helped me, and I've been running a studio called Hatcheck Studios for over 25 years, maybe longer. And so I train a lot of new people and bring them in and get them prepared for the tough competitive world of comic books, mostly in the form of inking. So like Trevor Scott, Danny Mickey, Jaime Mendoza, Larry Stucker, Sean Parsons, Andy Owens. There's been a lot of inkers that have come out of the studio. So I'm very proud of that fact that I was able to kind of help them establish themselves and give them, a little bit of a helping hand to get them into a position where they could start working professionally. So it's always brought me a lot of joy that I could do that. Like I said, there was a lot of people that helped me in the past. So, I don't know, this bugs me a little bit. I think the foot should be broken away from that, just so we can show that it's running. It's getting a little hidden, and the tail kind of wraps it and hides it. So it looks like he's supposed to be running away, or maybe he's, I don't know, snapping his tail at the same time. But it's a little confusing. What is
There are always 2 stories, yours and that of your characters.
That's true. I don't know, maybe the tail a little more coming like that.
Someone say there are 3 stories. The third one being what your audience interprets. They can't all be winners.
I like this little snake. It's cute. Yeah, so that's pretty much, I like the figure, her figure. She looks like she might be a little short-waisted. Might want to lengthen that. The arm is a little, I'm exaggerating, but it's a little rubbery. So you might want to structure that up a little bit. It's a nice leg, nice foot. Ooh. Ah ha ha, she was going all big and bad with the baby dinosaur.
Jaime Mendoza gave me my first comic pages to work on my inking.
Ah, it's a small world. Yeah, Jaime's a great guy. He's a great guy. Yeah, we from Extreme Studios, we kind of opened like Hack Shack 2. And so when he left Extreme and I left Extreme, we, along with Larry Stucker, I always call it like Hack Shack 2, because the original Hack Shack was Danny Mickey and Trevor Scott. And then 2 was with Jaime and Larry and Andy. So this is really weird, this foreshortened foot. But I like it. I think this is funny. So the predator becomes the prey and vice versa. It's nice composition, good open area here. I think the tail gets a little busy. Maybe just a simple. It's starting to look very snake-like. Maybe a little more foreshortened. It's very long. I think maybe if this little guy was maybe looking more straightforward, like, hey, take that, you know, like he's more like looking right at her, like, hey, my mom's gonna kick your butt. Actually, maybe if she was running a little bit more straightforward too, I think it would work. With this movement and her head coming around in this direction, and then maybe the girl more coming more straightforward. Because then your eye because your eye just wants to follow her out this way, even though we have the dinosaur coming in this way, that brings your eye compositionally in. But I think if you had the dino coming in this movement, pointing down, and then her running more forward, and then the little guy down here looking more directly at you, I think it would compositionally be a little bit more effective. And then, like I said, this foot coming forward is a little weirdly drawn. But yeah, this is very, very good. Very, very good. So that's it for these. So we had, how are we gonna check this other guy's workout?
If you want to open your Twitter,
Let's
you
see.
can go through there.
Is this all good?
Yeah, let's close those. And
How do we do this?
how do we check notifications or messages? Is that him right there? Cyberfrog.
Cyberfrog.
There we
Okay.
go.
So if I just click on this,
Oh, is it a video?
play all.
How do these
Alright.
work? What's
Red
video
Rooster,
things?
flight design, sketch therapy.
Yeah, speed this thing up. No.
Wow, you're fast. I can already tell that's a little too busy. Cape's a little too scratchy. And this is a guy, I think we're getting a little breasty here.
It's a
Or do you think it's a female?
rooster in the hen house.
Alright. Well, structure's pretty good. That's way too busy. If this is for comics, that's going to be really hard to reproduce. I think you're getting a little obsessive with that too.
It says panel art is not his strong suit. I think he's more pin-up stuff.
Oh, more rendering, more illustrative. It's real skinny in here.
He says to
the
skip
elbow.
to part 4 for the finished.
How do I skip to part 4?
Very last one over there.
Yeah, I had a feeling your hatching was going to go in this direction. This is a little bit of a notch above fan lines, but these really weird feathery lines, they usually call fan lines. Like I said, these are a little bit more committed to than most, but I think what you should do is either commit to a solid black or do a linear style, which would just be, you know, outlines and some stylized hatching. But I think blacks would probably help you a lot, because these lines and stuff, I don't think they're really serving you. I'd either go solid black or do a definite, like, thin to thick pull out hatch. So start like studying some more hatching and things, and definitely crack open some anatomy books. I think your all your joints are kind of weak, and there's a little rubbery stuff going on with some. There's a little too much movement in some of these areas. And if this is a guy, he's very feminine. There's the waist is really tapered, and the chest kind of comes out. It's moving so fast I can't really stay on anything, but the chest kind of comes out in a more breast pattern versus a chest pattern. So it's very good. Sketch therapy, stay with it, and I'm glad we could get you in for the last installment. So that's cool. Very good, brother. As always, you guys just keep drawing, keep practicing, have fun above and beyond anything else, enjoy it, and we hope to come back on YouTube with something different, something new, something unique, and we'll keep you posted on the next portfolio, the next time you can submit portfolios and things like that.
The best place to keep
Let-
posted on when that'll open is if you go to the Art by T-Bear website and join the newsletter.
Yeah, the newsletter is where we always announce things